I still remember the first time she laughed at me in front of others. It wasn't just a simple chuckle, it was sharp, cutting, designed to humiliate. She did it often when I had little to my name, when rent was late, when our car broke down and I had to take the bus. Friends would awkwardly look away, and I would smile, pretending it didn't sting. I told myself I was building something bigger, that this was temporary, that someday I would prove her wrong. She didn't wait for someday. She wanted results now, and when they weren't there, she stopped pretending to love me. The divorce papers came like a cruel inevitability, and she filed with the kind of precision only bitterness can teach. In court, she wore her confidence like armor and her words like weapons. She mocked me openly, making jokes about my pathetic bank account, my dreams that didn't pay the bills, and the way I had always been financially irresponsible. I sat there in silence, keeping my composure. The truth was that she had underestimated me completely. She didn't know the years I spent quietly building something she couldn't see, the late nights negotiating contracts, the careful investments no one else understood, the risks I had taken when I had no choice but to bet everything on myself. When the judge called us to the front, I noticed her smirk, the one that had tormented me for years, waver slightly. She probably assumed I had nothing, that the court would side with her because I was financially incapable of providing anything substantial. "Mr. Lawrence," the judge began, reviewing the documents I had quietly submitted weeks earlier, "we need to discuss your assets." My heart remained calm. I had planned for this moment meticulously. What she thought was poverty, the judge now saw as carefully concealed wealth. I watched her face as the judge began enumerating assets, investments in real estate, profitable business ventures, stock portfolios, and a trust account she had never been told about. The courtroom went silent. Her eyes widened in disbelief. A laugh that had once cut so deeply now faltered as the reality of the numbers sank in. How?" she stammered, unable to form a coherent sentence. "I never flaunted it," I said softly, letting the words sink in for everyone listening. "I was focused on building it, not showing it." The judge nodded, continuing through the documents. "All assets have been verified. Mr. Lawrence's financial standing is more than adequate to support the settlement." She had spent the entire divorce attempting to belittle me, thinking her words alone would influence the court. She had mocked, ridiculed, and underestimated. Now, the truth was undeniable. When the final ruling came, it favored me far more than she expected. Not because I sought revenge, but because honesty in preparation always wins over arrogance. She left the courtroom with her head down, her confidence shattered. I, on the other hand, left with quiet satisfaction, not just for the victory, but for the journey that had led me here. Years earlier, she had mocked me for what I didn't have. That day, the judge revealed the fortune I had quietly built from nothing, and in that silence, I realized something profound. Success isn't about proving someone wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you were right to believe in your own potential, even when no one else did. Her laughter no longer haunted me. In the end, it was replaced by a quiet, unshakable triumph, the kind that comes from patience, persistence, and refusing to let someone else define your worth. If you want, I can also expand this into a full 1,000-word story with detailed courtroom tension, flashbacks of struggles, and the final reveal, written like a suspenseful narrative. Do you want me to do that?